Hello and welcome to another edition of ICANN Media TV. I'm your host, Rob Hislop. Well, we all are aware of the fact that the oil industry prides itself on being innovative. But it's not just people in the oil industry who are looking for some of the solutions to some of the challenges or problems that the industry faces. In Zurich, Switzerland, EMPA Materials Science and Technology is working on a sponge that might one day be something that could be used to clean up oil spills. To talk more about this idea, we are joined by researcher Philippe Tanguy, who is in Zurich. Philippe, let's just get started with the idea of the sponge. Where did that come from?
Well, the idea came some time ago when we started to, because we are in the lab, we are specialized in the chemical modification, chemical functionalization of natural materials. So it can be for different applications. And we had to synthesize some hydrophobic materials, so for different purposes. And one of them was to to remove some oil on the surface of water, but not really for the depollution. That was just, because we had problems with some experiments in the lab. And we came to the idea, maybe we should have a kind of a hydrophobic sponge which would be able, to catch this oil pollution, that we call pollution, but very small droplets. And it worked perfectly well. So then we started to investigate, different kind of pollutions, let's say like that, oil, organic solvents, and it turned out to be quite successful in this laboratory scale.
So I'm curious, just how long does it take before you get to that moment where you think, aha, I've got something here?
To be honest, so we started, it was part of a project, and we started 3 years ago. And to really have something that, to have this result, it took almost 2 years to really engineer the product in laboratory scale once again. And then, to see if it works, it takes 10 seconds,
Well, it's interesting that you use a sponge because it's obviously something that everybody pretty much has at their own home. We use it to pick up spills, juices, water, etc. But how is it that you get a sponge to pick up just what you want it to pick up, say pick up the oil and ignore water in the process?
Yeah, there's a trick behind that. And the trick is all about chemistry in our case. Basically, we are using a hydrophilic material, a natural material, which is cellulose. And as we know, cellulose, if you put it into water, it will suck the water and it will also, sink. So we had to chemically modify the surface of each single nanofibers of the sponge so that, they become hydrophobic. And if they are hydrophobic, they will really lack the oil, but they will repel the water, which means that then they will float on the surface of water.
And from what I've read, it says that you can actually soak up to 50 times the sponge's weight in oil?
Yeah, it depends, basically it depends on the solvent density. So, but on average, yes, it's 50. We could have higher values with a very high density, with solvents such as chloroform or whatever, which are very, denser than water. But on average, yes, it's 50 times, yeah.
Realistically, though, is this something that you can actually see being used by the oil industry to clean up oil spills?
This is why we advertised a little bit these sponges, because actually now, I believe that the potential of these nanofibers is quite huge, because they could be used for the oil industry. They could be used to trap, let's say, different metal ions or whatever, for the selective adsorption or selective depollution of water. But now, we are a little bit limited in terms of capacity, in terms of production capacity. That's the main trick now. That's the main thing that we have to solve now.
Okay, right now I'm thinking of some of the major oil spills that have happened in recent years, in particular the Gulf of Mexico with BP. Now I'm picturing your product, tiny sponges, say covering the Gulf of Mexico, throwing out a whole bunch of tiny sponges. Is that a realistic thing, or are you thinking of a bigger sponge? What would be the next step in your product's development?
Then, we have tested these sponges with model oils, with model organic compounds. Now, what could they do against a very paste material? Brute petrol. It's we don't know. Now, as I said, I mean, we have engineered these sponges at the laboratory scale, which means that we are able to make small sponges, maybe 20 by 20 centimeter, not meter. And now, I mean, we need, I mean, some money to develop, I mean, the engineering of this product in order to be able, to produce it in very large quantities, which would then be able, which would then maybe fit for, I mean, for the depollution of the removal of oil spill in water.
Okay, so you've got the oil on the sponge. How now do you end up recovering the oil from that?
At the moment, so we take the sponge and we wash it with an organic solvent, which can be easily evaporated afterwards, and then we can reuse the sponge. It's also part of this research and development thing that we have also maybe to improve in the future if we want to use it on a real application.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this. While this sounds like something that has potential, it's likely going to be a few years before it gets to the marketing stage, isn't it?
Few years, I don't know. I think that, a few years, maybe you're right. I would say 1 or 2 years of research and development, and then we are good to go on the market.
So have you had any interest at all from oil companies yet?
From the oil companies, we had a contact with a French, I mean, with the Total company. It was a very brief contact. I mean, they were just interested to see, okay, can we use them now or not? And we say, okay, and then, but no other contacts with, I mean, most of our contacts up to now are really the companies which are specialized in the removal of oil. So we have some contacts in Switzerland, and but I would be interested, really to have the contact with the company which will help me to develop the product.
They obviously want something that's more environmentally friendly when it comes to, obviously, the product itself and the cleanup. Is this something you see that group embracing, perhaps?
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. I mean, so the advantage that we have is that we are using natural fibers. That's to say, fibers and nanofibers which comes from plants. It can be the cellulose which comes from wood, from the classical, cellulosic pulp, which is commonly used to prepare paper. It can be agricultural waste material, straw, and so on. But also, I mean, we showed recently that we were able to produce some sponges based on the recycled newspaper, which means that we could even close the loop a little bit, if we can call it like that. I mean, to reuse, some waste materials to depollute.
Well, it certainly sounds very promising from what you've told us so far.
We tried also to engineer a chemical process which works in water, which means that we don't need so much aggressive solvents for the environment. The only step that we have now, I mean, where we are limited, and as I said, it's about the engineering really for the foam and to really maintain their porosity when we dry, and this is where some work is needed, 1 or 2 years, I would say.
Philippe, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.